Crunch Clash this midweek as Rovers head down to the Midlands to take on the Brummies. I got Birmingham City Fan TV on the line. We're going to talk to them next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match. That's right, folks, back once again with some more fan input. And I got Birmingham City Fan TV on Skype and Rooney, and we'll get to him in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button and get me bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, world football related. We're going to all hear on Noah Ruskin. I am joined by James, who is part of the Birmingham City Fan TV crew, and he's here to talk to me about the match between Rovers and his boys at St Andrews. So, for my small corner of the YouTube universe, James, tell them a little bit about yourself and why on earth you support Birmingham City.
I'm James from Birmingham Fan TV, obviously, as you explained. Christ, why I support Birmingham? My father grew up in Small Heath, obviously a rough, part of Birmingham. So obviously I was brought up through the generations. We're all Birmingham City fans, and obviously I'll pass that down to my kids as well. I could not support the dark side of the city, so obviously we don't mention that. It's just Aston Village. So we leave it at that one. But no. Obviously, we're a working man's club, so I like to, keep my side of that. Try and keep things a little bit more relatable. So yeah, massive fan of blues, and obviously I've just finished a degree in media. So obviously I just wanted to put my media sort of stint on things and create some fan channel and some content for Birmingham fans to watch and enjoy. So.
I have been watching the past few days anyway, because I've been trying to get a little bit head start and say it's pretty good stuff that you're making, and I can see you guys growing pretty rapidly. So let's talk about Birmingham City, and of course, obviously, a new manager this season, put his own spin on the team a little bit. Who do you like? Obviously, the transfer window shut till January, and you may bring in some new faces just like us. But who do you ultimately think will be Birmingham's signing of the season when we look back come May?
We didn't make that many signings. We made enough. We brought in, I'm trying to think, I couldn't put an exact number. I think it was 6 maybe. But we spent a fair bit of money in some places, and we picked up a few bargains in others. But at the minute, I'm trying to decide between 2. We spent £7 million on the Croatian under-21 captain Ivan Sunjic. A fantastic player who Leeds actually wanted to sign if they did get rid of Phillips as a holding midfielder. So he was their backup plan. He was also touted to go to, I think, one of the Milan clubs as well. But we got in there before anybody else could make a solid bid. I think we spent $7 million on the end. And he's a fantastic central midfielder. Thankfully, actually, for you guys, he is actually out for this game. He's picked up 5 yellow cards. But other than that, he's been an absolute dynamite in midfield. Breaks up play really well. A great eye for a pass. And he scored, I think it was September's goal of the month for the Championship against Derby. But he's obviously for the money we spent, I'd expect it. But other than that, I'd say Dan Crowley was a young lad at Arsenal, come through the ranks there. Wenger touted him very highly and was let go at 19. He's just spent the last 2 seasons in Willem II, I think it is, in the Dutch First Division, and has made a big name for himself there. We've signed him for just under £1 million. I think it's 750,000. And honestly, I've not seen many better technical players in the Championship this season so far. His footwork, his ability on the ball, he plays in that number 10 role. He's incredibly good. Someone that you could relate to, sort of Bradley Dack sort of style, but maybe a little bit more intricate on the ball. But certainly in terms of a bargain, at the minute he would be my pick. But Sunjic certainly is making a name for himself in the Championship as well. Yeah,
two players I had noted, especially the big money. Crowley's actually my danger man, which brings me on to the next question. Who, if you bumped into a Rovers fan in the middle of the street and you said you had a little bit of a scuffle, talked about the game, and say you better watch out Tuesday because so and so is going to give you a right handful. Who's the man we're going to be worried about the most?
Honestly, as it stands, I would honestly have to point out the presence of Jude Bellingham at the minute. 16 years old. He's England's under-19 captain at the moment. And the young man is honestly pulling up some trees in the Championship. We've currently got him playing alongside Sunjic in centre midfield. But he's honestly, I've seen a lot of talents down the years at Birmingham City, Damari Gray, Nathan Redmond. But this kid, I think, tops the lot. In terms of his ability on the ball, he played against Middlesbrough the other night in central midfield. He bossed the game. last Friday, a couple of weeks ago, and he played on Saturday in central midfield, and honestly matched Calvin Phillips, man for man. He's incredibly good. He's about 6 foot tall, so he's got the strength, he's got the height, but his footwork, his speed through the middle, the way he can open teams up is just is outstanding. And honestly, he's one to watch. I think that he can make things happen out of nothing. And I think he's already got 2 goals this season as well. He scored against Stoke and Charlton as well. So for 16 years old, he's proving that he's certainly one for the future as well.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on him as well. I did see that he was such a youngster and ripping up the trees a little bit. So yeah, be good. I was optimistic that he wouldn't be playing, but I think he's now nailed on to start with the other fella out. So speaking of starting, let's say you were given the reins for this game against Rovers on Tuesday, who would be in your 11 from the goalkeeper all the way through to your strikers? I
think that obviously we've got a few players out. A few players have picked up suspensions. 1 or 2 injuries have started cropping up. So we've near enough got a full starting lineup though. I go with. This is a bit of controversial on Camp in goal, but he's been making a few mistakes recently. There is David Stockdale who can come in. We've got him as backup at the minute, but both have a mistake in them. But Camp has been our number 1, so stick with him. A back 4 of Maxime Collan on the right, central pairing of Mark Roberts and Harley Dean. Left back Christian Pedersen. I'm trying to think across the midfield 4. It's going to be Dan Crowley on the right hand side of midfield. Central 2 of Jude Bellingham and David Davis. And on the left-hand side of midfield, he's probably going to keep consistency and he's going to go with Fran Villalba, the young Spaniard from Valencia. And then up top, I would have thought, again, he'll keep it the same and go with Lucas Jukovic and Alvaro Jimenez, the young lad who just got in from Spain as well. So I think he's going to try and make as little changes as possible. So it'll probably just be the one switch in midfield from the team that lost 1-0 at Leeds on Saturday.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Now let's take a look at the grand scheme for Birmingham. Not just this weekend or this week. Where do you ultimately think you're going to finish at the end of the year?
Ultimately, I honestly think that where we are right now in 12th position is, I think, where we'd expect to be. We've talked massively about the club is in a transition. We're trying to be a more attacking, fluid team. The manager keeps saying it's going to take time, but we've certainly seen now, especially Leeds, I say we went there and we played very, very well. At times controlled the game. We played well against Middlesbrough. So I think if we could finish in that top half, 12th, 11th, be more than happy with that and then kick on next season when we can bring 1 or 2 fresh faces in as well.
Cool. Okay, now what about a grand scheme of things of the championship as a whole? Everyone's made their predictions, and again, I've picked some turkeys at the moment with the QPR boys on my case. But who you expect to go up? The top 2 and your playoff winner. Who have you got to go up?
My top 2 has always been a difficult one. I couldn't decide at the start of the season, but if I was going to go off current form and what I think now, I would go with West Brom. Potentially to win the league, but they'll certainly, I think, finish in the top 2. And I think it's going to be anything between Leeds and... put me a bit off guard with that one. Leeds pulling up some trees, and it's a tough one because it's so tight, obviously, in the Championship. There's so many teams that can go on and win it. I'll tell you what, I'll come back to that one. I'll give you my bottom 3 first. Who's going down? I think Barnsley, first of all, are nailed on. I think the lack of manager and they've just got no stability there. If they don't change, for me, the manager, I think Middlesbrough are incredibly poor when they played us. I know that's a big shout with the players.
I see it. It's on the writing's on the wall. If they don't get, I think Woodgate's out of his depth in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm with you a little bit now. They look like a sinking ship. They need to get stuck. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
No, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I think Huddersfield and Stoke will get out of it because I think that they're starting to pick up a bit of form. Both teams now, both have plenty of ability in their teams. I would say anyone's from maybe Millwall or Wigan. I think both teams are one of those that yo-yo between the Championship and League One, and obviously Millwall still managerless at the minute as well. Both teams seem to lack a little bit of firepower in this league to keep them up. So I would probably go with Middlesbrough, Barnsley, and I'd go with Millwall. I think I'm going to go with Millwall. To go up, I'm going to go with Leeds and West Brom as the top two, and Nottingham Forest in the playoffs. I think that I like the way the manager's set up this season. He's come in, he's gotten playing some really good stuff. I know they slipped up this afternoon, but they've got a lot of ability in that team as well, and have blown away a lot of teams, including us this season. So yeah, certainly one to watch out for.
Yep. Okay. Good stuff. Now let's just say we went all Harry Potter and you give you a magic wand and you could wave it across the championship and take one player from any other team, just one, and put them in the Birmingham squad. Who would you steal?
Oh, I was a huge fan of Charlie Austin. I was one that I was saying, obviously, if we had the money. We still need a striker. We still need a number 9. We're going to go after one in January. I would probably take Charlie Austin. I was a bit disappointed he went to West Brom because it was a player that I'd highlighted. So I think that he's a player that if you give him the service can get you 20 goals a season effortlessly. If Dwight Gale was still in the Championship, I would probably say obviously he's your typical number 9. You want to keep him in there, but we're crying out for one of those at the minute. So. I'd probably take Dwight Gale. Apologies. Charlie Austin.
Okay. Well, no, both good candidates, and both top strikers at the championship level, no question. Okay, now we're going to go for the money question here, which is the final score Tuesday night. What's it going to be? Final score, St Andrews.
We have an incredibly good home record, and I think that that's one to go off. We don't lose many at home. I don't know, it's a lot of recent games between Blackburn and Birmingham. Usually ends in a draw at St Andrews, if I'm honest. It's usually it's going to be a tight one, I think. It's usually the go-to score, but I can see us edging it. I think that Blackburn are a team that can hurt. A lot of teams in this league, I've noticed they've scored in each of their last 5 games, but also conceded in each of their last 5 as well. So it's one of them. You can hurt teams, but you seem to struggle defensively. We seem to be picking up a bit of form. I'm probably going to go with a 1-0. I think, I'm going to go with a 2-1. I think that you've got enough firepower to cause us problems, but I think that we might just have enough to edge you out of the way in this one. Okay, awesome stuff. You got anything else before we wrap this baby up? Any trash talk you want to throw at any Rovers fans, saying we're clueless, headless chickens, whatever you got? No, if you wanted to lend us a couple of players, I'd be more than happy to take Bradley Dack and Lewis Holtby off you. But other than that, you got some excellent players in that team. I do rate Mowbray as a manager. I think that he's very, very good in this division. I think that he's trialing a 3 at the back system at the minute.
It's been forced upon us because we have no defenders. We lost our 2 best defenders past week. Cunningham and Lenihan are out, and now we're playing. I don't know. Square pegs in whatever holes. It's just a bit of a shambles. But yeah, 3. We're kind of forced into 3 at the back. We were 4 at the back, but I think that's because we've got no other choice. We have limited at left back. So, but hey, we did okay against a revamped Huddersfield, and there was some good points to that game, but there was also some shambles. But yeah, I'm expecting a tight game. I'm actually on my show in a minute. I'm gonna predict a draw. Just I'll take a point. Anyhow, if possible, James, I'd love to hear your thoughts about the game in a short review, if that's possible. If that's all right.
Yeah, certainly look out for that one. I'll send you that one after Tuesday night's game and let you know my thoughts. See you later, guys. Thanks for joining.
That's pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos pretty much every single day right here at Blackburn Rovers, whether it is Championship football or something else. We've got it all here under Warowski. But speaking of Birmingham City, if that's the content you want, Birmingham City Fan TV is the place to go. And a link to that bad boy is in your description down below, so make sure to check that sucker out. Hopefully we'll hear from them again after the match, and of course towards Boxing Day, when these two sides will duke it out once again, but this time at Ewood Park. Anyway, folks, I'm going to let you get out of here. Give me your thoughts and opinions about the game in the comment section down below, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.